Guys, in this day and age, it's really important that you never make assumptions about people. And that's especially true to not make assumptions about people because of the army that they chose. It's a little bit sad, but most people will just say, I play multiple armies instead of telling you what is their main faction, where does their heart belong to, because they're afraid you're just going to stereotype them. While we wait for the Arcs of Omen book to come out, I figured this would be a great time to work on some PC etiquette.
Oh, nice. We're all PC too. No way. There's more PC bros here? Yeah, dude. Ohio State. Sweet bros. Texas A&M. Bro, I had no idea there were like-minded individuals in this town who defended social minorities.
And just remember, if any of these stereotypes do technically apply to you or apply to someone that you know, it's strictly coincidence that they're true. Some stereotypes are pretty simple. Like, not all Votan players have a sick beard. Some people have problems growing in beards and they wish they had a beard and they just can't.
Well, I don't need to shave because it don't grow in right here and right here.
Just because someone plays AdMech, that doesn't mean they can always help you fix your car. Like AdMech, if you see a Necron player, he might still be a console player. Not all Necron players have upgraded to PC gaming yet. Maybe they're just a huge fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger. So I think you can see where I'm going with this video. So let's just start to rapid fire through some of these. Not all Orc players, guys, can find you herb. Don't just assume they can find it for you.
Oh, wait! And if you's not good for a fight, then what good are you? Well, I guess this all wasn't a total loss.
Not all Tau players have really bad taste in things. And not all Space Wolf players have a drinking problem. And let's talk about Space Marines in general. Like, just because someone plays Space Marines, it doesn't mean that they're boring and vanilla and that they're always going to choose to play a human fighter in D&D. And just like the Space Wolves, this goes for people that play specific chapters as well. Like, not all Blood Angel players have been to anger management. They don't all have anger management issues. It's wrong to assume that. And yeah, this may apply to a lot of Dark Angel players, but there's a lot of Dark Angel players out there that if you search their car right now, you would not find a My Chemical Romance CD. It could be Taking Back Sunday instead. And just because someone plays Ultramarines, that doesn't mean that they're a cop. They might not even have wanted to be a cop. They might just like the color blue. Not all Imperial Fist players wish that they chose a different army. Some of them, they like painting yellow. Just because someone plays Eldar doesn't mean that they are vegan. Me personally, I like to feed the vegetables to the animals and then I eat the animals, and it's a huge time saver. The only green thing I eat is M&Ms. Plus, why would you want a six-pack when you could have a keg? I do play Eldar, but I definitely don't main Eldar. But speaking of Eldar, not every Dark Eldar player was one of the goth kids in high school. Don't just assume things, guys. Especially in this situation, you're literally assuming something because of someone's race. That is really, really bad. Not all Dark Eldar players were goth. This is really important lesson to learn because it comes up a lot. If you are in a game store, or you're at a tournament, and you get a whiff of something real bad, it's so bad, like you can taste it, and you look behind you, and there just so happens to be a Death Guard player behind you, it's not always him. And shame on you if it was ever you that dropped ass and then blamed the Death Guard knowing that everybody would just believe you. Some people are just so insensitive.
I'm the bad guy. Duh.
Not all demon players, guys, worship Satan. Just because they spend thousands of dollars on buying demons and they buy books all about demons does not mean that they are Satan worshipers. Some are, and to each their own. But speaking of chaos, There's Chaos Space Marine players out there, guys, that actually have college degrees. They haven't all dropped out of college. Just because they play Chaos Space Marines doesn't mean they're stupid.
Non, rien de rien. Non, je ne regrette rien.
And same goes for people that play Thousand Suns as their number one faction. You don't need to automatically just feel sorry for them because they were probably really bullied in high school. Some of them weren't. I bet you somewhere out there's a quarterback star of the football team in high school, and he had all the ladies, and he's like, I play Thousand Suns, and only some of them ran away. And to just assume that they were bullied in high school, like some of them were bullied at home too. And speaking of which, it's not safe to just assume that all Knight players are the youngest sibling in their family and they just always were too small to fight back. Not all Custodes are narcissists, just like not all Gene Stealer cult players understand their army either. If you have a friend who's a guard player, there's a lot of them out there that don't have their concealed carry. Some of them are still trying to get it. If they do happen to own a lot of guns, it's just a coincidence. It's not a stereotype. Some people like to just automatically think that Tyranid players are usually taking a lot of antidepressants or have bad ADHD or tons of baggage.
God, do I need to take more Adderall or am I taking too much Adderall?
And while that may be true about a chick with blue or pink hair, it is definitely not true about Tyranid players. Some of them just play Tyranids because they love Zerg from StarCraft so much. Whether or not Zerg players have a lot of trauma in their life, that's I didn't research that far. Okay, there's only a few armies left. I hope I didn't miss anybody. So sometimes the stereotype can make you think differently about yourself. Like if you play Grey Knights and at least once a week you try and reach out and you try to will the remote control from the table to your hand, that's not really you being special for, oh, that's why I play Grey Knight. Everybody does that.
Happy, 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 ho. Happy, 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 ho. Happy, 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 ho.
So sisters are a bit of a new army, and they already have a stereotype. They have multiple stereotypes. So just because someone plays sisters doesn't mean that their wife wears the pants in the family. Also, it doesn't mean that they're secretly trying to manipulate their wife or girlfriend into playing 40k and then having a great excuse to buy another army once they take over the sisters. Yeah, that may be like the most Chad thing to ever happen, but don't just assume that's what's going on. Alright, it's a short video. I think we discussed all the major factions and the stereotypes that go along with them. If I missed any, please leave a comment down below and let me know what... Are you subjected to a stereotype maybe? Have you ever felt judged because of the choices that you take in your army? Down in the comments, guys, is a great place to express your pain, and together we can work towards a better community. Some things aren't a stereotype. Like if you watch this whole video and you're not subscribed to my channel, you're an asshole, and you deserve your next 5 games to be the worst rolling you've ever seen 5 games in a row. To really get the War Academy blessing on your dice and build up some good karma, as well as get access to monthly giveaways with very little competition, make sure you check the link below to visit my Patreon, where you'll get my videos early. You'll have influence over those videos. You'll get a special color name in the Discord just to show off that you're such a badass. Not only is our Discord a great place to show off your models, but it's a great place to get over that hump of becoming just good with your army to becoming great with your army. We have a great gathering of people really trying to get better at the game, and we love discussing what works and what doesn't work. So if you need more learning, make sure you stop by. The Discord is now featuring a brand new venting channel to relieve stress from any of the games that you might have had, as well as a Am I the Asshole channel. And in that channel, you can talk about anything you might have done in a game that thought you may have cheated or you don't think was handled quite right. And we will tell you if you were the asshole or not. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment of any stereotypes that you think I might have missed. And don't forget to check out the links in the description. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next War Academy video.
Bye, have a great time.